Hello and welcome back to our decomp tutorial series. Today we're going to have a pretty quick tutorial. We are going to talk about skipping a lot of the intro stuff when you're loading into the ROM. So we are going to skip over the copyright scene, we're going to skip over the title screen, we are going to skip straight to starting a new save file. So like you turn on the game, it starts a new save file automatically. You don't even have to click on the save like area. And then also we're going to skip the entire intro speech from Birch and just drop you directly into a map. So to begin with, we are going to skip the intro scene. This is the scene that plays with like the bikes and the Rayquaza and everything. So we are going to go to source intro.c. We are going to set up copyright screen, and we are going to scroll down to where there's going to be this task scene 1 load, and there's also going to be a set main callback that's going to be CB2 intro or something like that, and we are going to change this to CB2 init title screen. Now this is a very simple change. There's technically a tutorial on the pokeemerald wiki about this, but it's literally just one line. You don't need to go look at it because it's just this. And this skips the intro, so you go straight from the first copyright screen with the black text straight into your title screen. Now if you want to skip the title screen, we go here into CB2 init copyright screen after boot up. Actually, first we need to add these two includes to this file so that we have reference to the things that we are skipping to. So we're adding these two things to the file, main menu.h and event data.h. Then we're going down. We are going to only do this if gmain state is equal to 0, so we're only going to do it once, and then we're going to CB2 init main menu instead of what was previously here. What was previously here was nothing. It just skipped over, it just kept doing this. So what this is doing right here is it's actually this copyright screen thing here. So this setup copyright screen thing that does the intro, this is skipping over it entirely. So this code right here is not just skipping the title screen, but it is also skipping the intro. It's skipping everything. So if you're doing this, you don't also have to do this, but most people are just going to want to do this. You're not going to want to skip your title screen too, unless you're doing some specific meme thing, which I was in this case. Now I'm going to open a different folder to talk about skipping past the main menu, the save select. So we can do that if we've skipped straight to the save the display menu. Well, first we can get rid of the dry window, the dry battery error if you want to, by just replacing this by 1. But then we're going to go in here and we're just going to cut this entire function short. We're just getting rid of all of this stuff that's drying the window, and we're just going to set the screen to black, and then we're just going to call the new game Birch speech init, which is just the task that sets up the Birch speech. So we're just going to end that right there. We're not going to do anything complicated. We are going to jump straight into the Birch speech. Now, if you have not skipped the Birch speech as well, it'll play the Birch speech like normal at this point. So you'll turn on your game, and if you've done everything we've done, it'll instantly take you to the Birch speech, no matter what. Now, you don't want to do that necessarily if you have already, if you have a save file. Instead, you might want to look to see where here it's begin normal file, main menu A button pressed, and then we can follow main menu A button pressed down here to mystery events, has save game, action, new game, action continue. Here we should be able to somewhere along the line find the function that is called here. Yeah, so CB2 continue save game. If we took this right here, this code right here, and we brought it to where we were just changing stuff up here, and we replaced this instead of here, it'll automatically load into your save file. So if there's a save game, it'll automatically load into the save game. Now if there's not a save game, it's gonna crash, more than likely gonna crash. I would not recommend doing this unless you have other code to be like, if this is the first time, then go straight into the intro speech. If it's the second time, then go straight into the continue save game. neither here nor there, we're going to move on to skipping the intro speech itself. This is where Birch does not shut the fuck up. So we are going to skip this very simply. We're going to go to task, new game, Birch speech init, which is also in source main menu.c, and we are just going to, we're going to get rid of some of these lines that are loading the graphics because we don't want to load any of the graphics. So erase all of these lines, and then we're going to replace them. We need to set the player gender. If we are starting a new game, there's one thing that has to be set, or two things, the gender and the name. So we're going to choose a default name. You can rename your player later on in the game using some scripting special or some other way to rename your player. There are plenty of ways of doing it, but for now, you have to give them a name. You can use the random name lists function that we have here, or you can just assign it a name directly. You can use this function and then go in and like erase all the other names so it can only pull out one. It doesn't matter, but we have to set the gender, we have to set the name, and then we are scrolling down, and this is the key thing. We are going straight to new game Birch speech fade player to white. This is just a function that puts us out into the truck in the case of Pokemon Emerald. This function, we're just jumping straight to the end. Basically, we're skipping over all of these awful functions for how this stupid setup is for Professor Birch, the most confusing thing ever. We're just skipping over all of that. And that's it. We're going to set the timer to 0. We're going to comment out the play background music. And we're just going to jump straight to this Birch speech, which if we scroll down, I haven't actually made any changes on this Birch speech. We are jumping straight into the game. Now, to begin with, it's going to take us to the truck, and if you want it to go to the truck, then obviously that's fine, we can leave it at that, but if you don't, we've already technically covered this in another video, but if you go to source newgame.c, you can change the location to a different map instead of the inside of the truck. And then if you're doing that, what you also need to do is you need to go to source overworld.c cb2 new game, and you need to comment out the line that executes the truck sequence or sets the truck sequence to be executed, because otherwise it's going to do all the shaking stuff that the truck normally does, just in whatever map you've warped into. So if we want to look to see what this looks like, we can test my Magam entry. It just opens and it just drops straight into the game. You have no option to do anything else. You are just dropped straight into the game. We can reset and again drop straight into the game. No intro speech, no copyright, no title screen, no intro scene, anything. It's all removed. So to go over that again really quickly, to remove the copyright screen and the intro and the like intro with the to remove just the intro with the bikes and everything, we're going to change this callback to be the one that loads us directly into we're going to change this callback to be cb2 init title screen, to go straight to the title screen. If we want to also skip the title screen, we are going to go straight into cb2 init main menu, and we are going to remove the function call that was inside of this if declaration. Now, if we want to skip further than that, if we want to skip the intro speech, or if we want to skip the intro speech, then we need to go to intro.c, and we need to skip, no, it's in new game does? No, it's in main menu. Main menu, sorry. We need to go to main menu, we need to go to task, new game, Birch speech init, and we need to make these changes. We need to get rid of all the graphic loading functions, and we need to skip straight to the end of the new Birch speech. And that's it. If you have any questions, make sure to let me know. Otherwise, I will see you on the next one.